Hey, it's Rob from the Bobsphere and another Booker video. Okay, so I received 6 long listed novels. So I've got two, well, The Island is out of print at the moment, and Bewilderment is out in September, so I have to wait a bit for those. So that leaves Sweetness of Water, something Fortune's Men, if I'm getting the title correct. Just one more, and The Great Circle. So I've got 3 more on the way. Hopefully it'll come soon so I can get those, over. I mean, I'm going at a good clip. Let's put it that way. Okay, so the book I'm reviewing is Second Place by Rachel Cusk. Now, generally, I do not like her books. I have read Outline, and I found it like sub-Sebald. And then I tried to read Transit, and I didn't get along with that at all. I find her a bit of a pseudo-intellectual. That's my view, obviously. I find her a bit of a pseudo-intellectual. I don't know, it's like she's trying her best to say something deep and doesn't work out that well, in my opinion. Then it gets all rambly and then we go on too many tangents. That's how I see it. So I've never really gotten along with her writing, and I find her writing style a bit impersonal. Second Place is different. I finished this. I liked it, but there's one kind of, you can say, a bugbear in it, but we'll go into that later. So let's give some background. This is Rachel Cusk, so it's quite a multi-layered novel. So she's sort of reimagining a historical event. I have to check the back of the book because it reminds me, and then I had to do a little bit of research on it. So there was a patron of the arts called Mabel Dodge Lewin. And with her second husband, they moved to New Mexico, and they built a kind of writer's retreat, a small hut. And one of the people who came to this hut was D.H. Lawrence, the author, with his wife at the time. And it was a love-hate relationship between Mabel and D.H. Lawrence. They both liked each other, but they both quarreled a lot. And this book reimagines this. There's also a book written about this relationship through letters. It is called... there's a little bit on the back about it. Lorenzo and Teos. Then you can do some internet searches about the rest, I think. So anyway, they messaged each other. Now, there's a small difference where Rachel Cusk imagines D.H. Lawrence as an artist rather than a writer. Okay, so let's go to the beginning of the book. So in the book, both Mabel and her husband Tony, her second husband, along with their daughter who's visiting them, the daughter is from the first marriage, are all in this house, and then they build this writer's retreat. It's kind of like a little hut in the middle of the marshland, and they call this Second Place, hence the title. But it's something deeper. Once D.H. Lawrence and his wife arrive, Brett, which I don't think was that like the name in reality, but never mind about that. It's a detail. Mabel starts feeling like she's second place in her little microcosm of a world. So the book is then structured as a series of letters to a person called Jeffers. Maybe someone out there can tell me who this is. Maybe they know, if they know the relationship a little bit deeper. And it details a lot of subjects, mostly as I saw it, because this could be interpreted in many different ways. I saw it basically as the struggle a woman has to go through in a male-dominant world. That way she is second place as well. Also, what happens in the process is Brett is sort of developing a very strong friendship with her daughter, and slowly, Justine, this daughter's name, is pushing Mabel out of her life. So she's second place again, like that. Lawrence is known as L, so we'll call him L. L is also a bully. He likes to show his masculinity over Mabel constantly throughout the book, saying that he is more superior. In fact, there's one bit saying that despite all your troubles, you have never been blessed with being a woman. So this is constant struggle where Mabel wants to break free and be a woman and be independent, but because of bullies like Elle, he keeps on pushing her back, and there's this power struggle. Then there's also her want to be a mother to Justine, and it's not happening because of this intense friendship. Also, Justine is has a partner called Kurt, and she's slowly pushing him out too, where he asks Elle for advice, and Elle tells him to be violent. So there's this constant masculine dominance going out throughout the book. It's a constant struggle. It's a constant struggle. So Mabel she desperately wants to be free. Now, a little bit of a spoiler, Elle then suffers from something, and it's a tragedy. That way, Mabel becomes a woman again. She is not bound by Elle's stereotypical thoughts. Then, there's also another little subplot about the role art has in life. And it's supposed to describe, according to Mabel, maybe Rachel Cusk as well, art is supposed to explain the unreal. There's a very good passage of that in the end of the book. I can read it, it's a couple of lines. I think, in my own way, I think I have come to see something of what Elle saw at the end and recorded in the night paintings. Because there's a series of paintings, and one of them he gives to Mabel's daughter. The truth lies not in any claim to reality, but the place where what is real moves beyond our interpretation of it. Go. True art means seeking to capture the unreal. Do you think so, Jeffers? And as Elle is an artist here, definitely Mabel's life becomes very unreal. So that means art is doing their job. Now, there is one bit as well. There's quite a lot of symbolism. There's one bit where, in the second place, Brett and Elle paint a mural which represents the Garden of Eden. And Cusk or Mabel, I don't know if they're interchangeable in this point. We can discuss that if you want in the comments. Imagines the snake as Elle and Art at the same time, trying to be a temptress or tempter, trying to be a tempter. Then they draw Eve as a masculine figure, which could mean, which could represent Mabel as well. In fact, Mabel at one point gets fed up, and she wears feminine clothes so she can pose for Lawrence. But it ends up ruining her relationship with her husband. So maybe that wasn't a good move. Maybe you have to be yourself. That's how I saw it. Now this is just an 8-minute video. As one of Talking Heads, again, I'm trying to think of funny videos to do, but this is quite a serious book. I can't take it that lightly. So it's a bit of a, like I said, it's a Talking Head video. Hopefully next one's The Promise. I'll show it to you. So maybe it is a bit of a shallow description. I don't want to get too deep in the novel because I'm afraid I'll bore you. Probably the blog post will be coming up tomorrow. I need some time to write it and to clear my thoughts and script a little bit. Or write a little draft. Maybe it'll be better. Okay. Next is The Promise. And that's it. See you next time.